Students, in our today's class, we will be discussing about a property called as resistance. Resistance is the property of certain material which opposes the flow of electric current. So, what's that? Resistance is the property of certain material. So, whatever the material may be, so when it comes to flow of electric current, so it is the property which opposes the flow of electric current. Here we have different materials, we have different resistance. So resistance is denoted as what? R. So it is what? It is the property of certain material. So resistance is property of certain material or matter, we can say it as, which opposes the flow of electric current. Okay, fine. So we have a conductor wire. Let it be any kind of matter. Okay, so I have a conductor wire. Let it be a copper wire. So when I give EMF or voltage to this wire, so then current starts flowing, isn't it? Current will denote current as what? Capital I or small I, isn't it? So I have some current which is flowing, and resistance is what? Resistance is what? It is the property of certain material which opposes the flow of electric current. So electric current will be opposed. Okay, so electric current will be opposed by this property of any of the material in universe. Okay, so we have all of your material which will have certain resistance property. Okay, so resistance is the property which will be common in all of the materials. Okay, so it depends and it will be different for different materials. And what it is? So it is the property which opposes the flow of electric current. So here I have a copper wire. So copper is said as what? Best conductor of electricity, isn't it? So it is said as what? Best conductor of electricity. Why? Because it has got very less resistance. What is that? It has got very less resistance. Why it is so and so? So because when it comes to conductivity, what we say, conduction of current, so resistance is the property which opposes, isn't it? So when this is plus, we have more current flowing, isn't it? Correct or not? So we have more current flowing means what? So here best conductor means what? Lot of current means it can conduct very finely, so without any losses. Okay, so without any opposition. So this copper wire can conduct. So that is why it is called as what? Best conductor of electricity, isn't it? So that means what? The property which opposes the flow of electric current is what? Resistance. So that will be different for different materials. When it comes to copper, so we will see it as what? Best conductor of electricity. That means what? It has got very less resistance, isn't it? So isn't it or not? Okay. So it has got very less resistance or least resistance, we can say it as. Okay. So when it comes to copper wire, then we have aluminium. We have many kind, like many more materials are there. Like we have a lot of materials which will conduct electricity, isn't it? So in that best conductor is what? Copper. Okay. So now resistance is what? Resistance is the property which opposes the flow of electric current. So in this direction, if current is flowing, okay, so this material, this copper conductor wire we have, so its resistance, and resistance is what? It is a fixed value for a particular material. It is what? It is a fixed value. It will represent as what? R. So for different materials we have different resistance values. So now coming to three types of materials we have made depending on the current conduction capability, isn't it? So we have conductors, we have semiconductors, and we have what? Insulators. Coming to conductors, semiconductors and insulators, we have three types of materials: conductors, semiconductors, and semiconductors. conductors, semiconductors and insulators. So coming to conductors, they are the best conductor of electricity, isn't it? So coming to semiconductors, they are about 50% conductors, 50% insulators. Then coming to what? Final thing is what? Insulators. Okay. So what are insulators? Insulators will not let electric current to flow through them, isn't it? So now, if I say for conductors, semiconductors and insulators, if I have to say it from the context of resistance, how I can say for conductors, semiconductors and insulators. Okay, so now in the context of resistance, I can say it as conductors are the materials which have what? Least resistance or very less resistance, we can say it as, isn't it? So because when I have a copper wire, it is the best conductor of electricity. That means what? It will have what? Very less resistance, isn't it? So resistance is the property, that is the thing which will be opposing the electric flow, isn't it? So that means what? When it is a best conductor means what? Best conductor of electricity means what? Current will flow like anything, isn't it? So that means what? It has got very less resistance. Okay. So likewise, many all of your conductor materials will have what? Less resistance in general. Okay. In general, conductors will have what? Less resistance. That means what? Means there is less opposition. Means what? More current is flowing. So when a material which is conducting electricity very finely, that means it is called as what? Conductor, isn't it? So likewise, we can say it as what? Conductors will have what? Less resistance. Okay, so coming to semiconductors, they are 50% conductors, 50% insulators. So in that way, we can say semiconductors as what? Semiconductors will have what? Medium resistance. So the resistance of your semiconductors will be semiconductor materials will be what? Medium. Okay, so medium resistance semiconductor materials will have. Okay, so then coming to insulators. What are insulators? Insulators are the materials which will oppose the electric current flow, isn't it? So completely they will oppose. That means what? Electric current is not able to flow through insulator materials, isn't it or not? Yes. Okay. So insulators are the materials which will not let electric current to flow through them. That means what? Electric current is totally opposed. Electric current flow is what? Totally opposed means what? So electric current will not flow through insulators. That means what? They have what? Maximum resistance or very high resistance. That is why this electric current can't flow through the materials. Okay. So that is why some insulators are said as what? The materials which are having high resistance values. Okay. So high resistance values insulators will be having. In this way, I can say for conductor, semiconductor and insulator, conductors having low resistance, semiconductors will have what? Medium resistance, and insulator materials will have what? High resistance values. So in this way, we can have three of the categories. So the three of the categories of materials depending on the electric current flow capability. We have conductors, semiconductors and insulators. We can say them in the context of resistance as what? Having low resistance, medium resistance and what? Having high resistance values. Okay. Yes. So after that, we will be going for the unit of resistance. The unit of resistance will be set in the context of what? Ohm's law. Now we will discuss about Ohm's law. Here we have a circuit where we have a resistance. We have a resistance or resistor, we can say it as. Okay. So we have seen about resistance before. So circuit symbol, the circuit symbol of resistance or resistor is shown in this way. Resistor is shown in this way, zigzag manner, and this will be your circuit symbol. And resistance has got an SI unit of what? Ohm. The SI unit of resistance is what? Ohm, and it has been given by the name of the scientist or German physicist Georg Siemens Ohm. Georg Siemens Ohm, he is a German physicist who has stated Ohm's law. Okay, so Ohm's law, and that is why the unit for resistance has been given by his name. What is what? SI unit of of resistance is what? Ohm, and the symbolic representation is what? Like this. Ohm will be representing it as. Okay, so this is the symbolic representation, for your resistance, and resistance is said in what? Ohms. It is measured in what? Ohms. So many ohms of resistance will say it as, and instead of writing ohms, we will use this symbol for like representing the value of resistance. Okay, the circuit symbol of resistance or resistor. Resistor is what? It is a component. So it is a circuit component or electronic component which will make certain opposition for electric current flow. So we will represent a resistance or resistor in this representation in the circuit. Okay, so likewise we will be drawing a thing. So like zigzag thing we will be drawing, and we will call this as what? Resistance or resistor. Resistance is the property. Resistor is that resistor. S-T-R-E-S-I-S-T-O-R. Resistor is a component. Okay, resistor is a component or electronic component which will be our electrical component, we can say it as. Okay, so it is a circuit component which will be used to make the opposition for electric current flow. Okay, so that is called as resistor, and the property of that resistor is called as what? Resistance, or it can be property of any material which will oppose the flow of electric current. Okay, so that is called as what? Resistance. Okay, so circuit symbol is this one, and it is represented as what? R, capital R will represent it as. Okay, so now we will go for Ohm's law. Okay, so we have connected a resistance, and here we have a voltage source. Okay, so when this voltage source has been given, voltage source is set in what? V, capital V, and after providing this voltage source, here we have positive here, negative here. So we know that current flows in this direction, isn't it? From positive to negative, electric current will flow always. Okay, so from positive of the battery towards negative of the battery, the current will flow in a closed loop. Okay, in a closed loop, current will flow, and here we have applied voltage V, and here comes the current I which is flowing through the circuit. Okay, so here we have a resistance, and I can call this as what? Load. I can call it as what? Load. This voltage will be utilized here, isn't it? This low voltage will be given. This is your source. This I can call it as what? Load. I can say it as. Okay, so the whatever you have voltage you have applied here, so the same voltage will be dropped across this resistor, because resistor or resistance is what? It is a component which will oppose the electric current flow. So we have current which will be flowing like this. The current which will be flowing like this. So current is going like this, and here it will be opposed. Okay. So how much opposition we have here, so that much current will flow here. Okay. So is that okay? So we have applied voltage, and current starts to flow like this. Current starts to flow like this. When it comes here experiences an opposition. Here it experiences an opposition. So this current will be opposed by the resistance. Okay. So what thing here will be saying it as? So Ohm's law states that. So the statement of Ohm's law will say, we will see now. Okay. So coming to statement of Ohm's law. Ohm's law states that current flowing through a conductor, the current flowing through the conductor I. Okay, so that is what is that? I. Okay, current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional. Is directly proportional to what? The voltage or potential difference across its ends. We have a conductor wire. So current flowing through a conductor. Current flowing through the conductor. Okay, the current which will be flowing through the conductor is directly proportional to what? The voltage or potential difference applied across its ends. So this is the conductor wire. Okay, so the current flowing through the conductor wire is directly proportional to the voltage applied across its ends, or the potential difference across its terminals or ends which has been applied. Okay, so that we can say it as what? I is proportional to V. I is proportional to what? V. So when we have current flowing through the conductor is directly proportional to voltage. As I increase voltage, current will be more. Okay, as I decrease voltage, current will be less. So in this directly proportional thing we can have. As I increase voltage, current also increases. As I decrease voltage, current also decreases. This is the statement of what? Ohm's law. Ohm's law states that current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the voltage applied or potential difference across its ends. Okay, is that okay? Yes. So what is this? This is the resistance of this conductor wire. So the resistance of conductor wire I will denote it as what? R. So I can say it as what? Load. I can say it as this is source. I can say it as source. Okay. So this is load. This is source. I can say it as the applied voltage will make current to flow, and this current flow will depend on the resistance. Right? Because resistance is the resistance of this. Resistance is what? It is the property of this particular conductor wire. What I have been given with the voltage. Okay. So this conductor wire I have. That conductor wire has got certain resistance. Less resistance it may be having. Like it be copper wire. It has got less resistance, isn't it? It will have certain resistance, isn't it or not? Okay. So that resistance I have said somewhat like this. Okay. So this is the resistance of this conductor wire represented as what? R. Okay. So now as I increase as I increase voltage, current will be increased. As I decrease voltage, current will be decreased, and voltage and current will be what? Directly proportional things. Okay. So now as I give voltage, current starts to flow, and this current starts to flow depending on the resistance of the particular conductor wire or that particular conductor material or conductor wire which has been used. Okay, is that okay or not? Okay, so in that way I can say this proportionality as V will be equal to I into R, where I is what? Constant of proportionality, where R is what? Constant of proportionality, and it is what as what? Resistance. Is that okay? I can say it as what? I is proportional to V. So I can write this as what? V is equal to I into R, where R is the constant, where R is what? Constant of proportionality, and it is said as what? Resistance, and it is SI unit is what? Ohms. Okay, so SI unit is what? Ohms, and circuit symbol is like this. Zigzag manner we will be representing it as. Okay. So this is how I can go for V is equal to I into R. So this is how I can say it as what? Voltage is equal to what? Current into resistance. The product of current into resistance I can say it as. Okay. I can rearrange the things and I can write these things as what? If I want to find I can write it as what? I is equal to what? If I rearrange the things, how it is going to be? V divided by R will be your I. And R can be found as what? How I can find R? R is equal to what? V by I. So this thing also holds good. Okay, so likewise I can calculate voltage, I can calculate current, I can calculate resistance. Okay, for a particular circuit given. Okay, is that okay? Fine. Okay, so Ohm's law is very important, and this says us about a property of particular material what is called resistance, and each and every material in the universe will have certain resistance. So as voltage up and to a conductor wire, so this is being the resistance of this conductor wire. As I increase the voltage, current also increases in the proportion. Okay, in the same proportion as I increase voltage, current also increases in the same proportion. Okay, and that current flow will depend on the resistance of the conductor wire, because that property of this conductor wire will oppose the electric current, isn't it or not? How much resistance that has got in that opposition, in that particular opposition, the current will flow in that particular amount only. Okay, so if this resistance value is what? High value, so then current flow will be less. If it has got less resistance, current flow will be more. Okay, is that okay? Yes. So in this way I can say it as what? Current or voltage and current are directly proportional. So this is what Ohm's law says us. Okay, so now coming to a graph, I have plotted a graph to see the linear concept. Okay, so we have our devices or components of electronic components can be said as what? Linear and non-linear devices. Okay, so if I go for a component called as if I say this is what? Resistor being what? A component. If I say, so we will say two of the components. Okay, so we will learn this further also. Likewise, here I will give a brief explanation about linear and non-linear thing. Okay, linear is what? Components are classified into two categories: linear components or linear devices, and non-linear devices. We will say it as okay. Linear devices are what? So the devices in which the voltage and current are not proportional. Okay, in the same proportion, the current and voltages will be. If I have to say what it is, so if I have plotted a graph of characteristics, okay, this direction, x-axis I have taken voltage, y-axis I have taken what? Current. So for particular voltage, particular will be your current. Is that okay? Here the point comes. If this is my voltage, this will be the current. If I increase voltage further to this value, current will be this much. If voltage is this much, then current will be this much. Okay, so likewise we have a straight line as what? Graph. Okay, so the devices or the components which will show voltage versus current characteristic graph. So this is the graph plotted voltage versus current. Okay, so the devices which will have a straight line as their characteristic graph. So characteristic graph we call it as. Okay, so VI characteristics we will say it as what? Voltage versus current graph if I plot. If it comes to a straight line, such devices are called as what? Linear devices. Okay, such devices are called as what? Linear devices. How it comes to be a straight line? Why? Because if I increase voltage to certain level, current will be this much. Okay, and if I go for the same proportion of voltage increase, same proportion of current also will increase. Okay, so if I increase again in the same proportion of voltage, so same proportion of current will be again increased. So in this way, I will have a linear graph. Okay, linear graph or straight line graph. Okay, so this is called as what? Such materials are called as what? Linear materials. Now coming to resistor. Resistor is what? It is a linear device. Resistor is what? It is a linear device or linear component. We can say it as. So as I increase voltage in the proportion, current also increases in the same proportion. That will give us what? A straight line graph. Such devices are called linear devices. And the components which will not make the straight line graph, they are called as what? Non-linear. Okay. So if I have certain component, if in that component, if I increase the voltage, if in the same proportion the current is not increasing, that means what? The graph will be not linear. So it will be something different here. It may come something different. Okay. So sometimes if I say the graph, it will increase somewhere till here it is fine. After that, the graph will go something like this. So what is that? So here from here to here it is fine. So after that it is going something like this. So that means what? I can say it as what? Non-linear. Non-linear component, I can say that component as not resistance. Resistance or resistors are what? Resistors are what? Linear components or linear devices. Okay. So in this way I can say two of the things as what? Linear devices and non-linear devices. Okay. Linear devices are the devices wherein we will have the characteristic graph or voltage versus current graph. If I plot, that will give us what? Straight line. Why it is straight line? Because as I increase the voltage in the same proportion the current is going to increase. So current and voltage are what? Proportional. So in that way we have a straight line. Such devices are called as what? Linear devices. And non-linear are the opposite things. Okay, so wherein the voltage and current relation is not a straight line. Okay, fine. Yes. So these are all the things about your Ohm's law. Okay. So now what I have is, so we have Ohm's law and we have seen the relationship between your current and voltage. So Ohm's law says the voltage and current are proportional to each other. As I increase voltage, current also increases. As I decrease voltage, current also decreases, okay, in the same proportion, and constant of proportionality is taken as what R, that is called as what resistance of the conductor wire. Okay, so after all this, so we will go for limitations of Ohm's law. We will say limitations means what, drawbacks of Ohm's law. So first limitation is what, Ohm's law is not applicable when the physical conditions are changing. So physical conditions, okay, also I have to mention a point in your Ohm's law. What is that? In the statement also I have to say a thing. What is that? Current flowing through a conductor is directly proportional to the voltage applied or potential difference across its ends, provided what, physical and other physical, provided other physical conditions remain constant. Physical conditions are what, the conditions at that particular, if I have made this circuit here in this room, so physical conditions means the temperature things, temperature and other things, temperature, humidity, moisture, these things will be coming into picture, isn't it or not? So if those physical conditions around the circuit are not changing, if they shouldn't change like too much, okay, so they shouldn't change, they should be constant. Keeping constant means what, having a fixed value, okay. So coming to physical conditions, for example temperature of the room should not increase or decrease, likewise, okay. So the physical condition should be kept constant, so that will be again an like addition to this law, okay. So we can say it as what, the for this Ohm's law to be applicable, the physical condition should remain same, they shouldn't change, okay. So limitation, where the limitation comes is, so we have said that the physical condition should be constant, okay. So physical condition should be same. So here if I have that physical conditions are changing, then Ohm's law is not applicable, okay. So that is what we are saying, it is what, a first limitation. So not applicable when the physical conditions of conductor change. Physical conditions of the conductor, if it is changing, so then there I can't apply this Ohm's law. Is that okay? Yes. So second limitation is, it is not applicable to extreme low and extreme high temperature. So I can't apply your like Ohm's law is not applicable when it comes to very low temperature and very high temperature things. Extreme things are what, the end things we can say it as, okay. So I can't go for very low temperature, I can't go for very high temperature also, there the Ohm's law is not applicable, okay. And coming to third drawback or third limitation, not applicable for non-linear devices. Non-linear device in the sense, in non-linear device, what happens is the graph or VI characteristics won't come to straight line. Till here it is increasing. After that, as I increase the voltage in the same proportion, current is not increasing in the same proportion. That means what, non-linear devices won't that is spoiling the law, isn't it or not? Okay, non-linear device will not obey Ohm's law, isn't it? So that is why not applicable for what, non-linear devices. Non-linear devices are like we can't say for non-linear devices Ohm's law is applicable, okay. So it is not applicable for non-linear devices. Only linear devices I can apply Ohm's law, okay. So resistance being linear component, so I can make this Ohm's law which is applicable to your resistance. So likewise we have the limitations of Ohm's law, we can say them, and this is all about the resistance, Ohm's law, and unit of resistance, circuit symbol of resistance, and Ohm's law. It is very important, and we can calculate the voltage by knowing the current and resistance, and I can calculate current by knowing voltage and resistance. I can calculate resistance by knowing voltage and current. Okay, so likewise, three of the combinations I can make out, and R being the constant of proportionality, and this is all about the Ohm's law. And we will have certain what is this voltage? This is the voltage applied, and how comes the voltage drop here? Like all things we will discuss in future classes. Okay, how this voltage drop is going to happen. Okay, so I will iterate in future classes, and this is all about today's class. Okay, thank you.